But look at your skin, black people. We are a blessing and racism is the curse.
In honor of Black History Month, I'm going to have one of my very good friends, Mr. Sajjie, deliver an original poem for you guys. He's an actor, a writer, a poet, and overall creative who I know you guys will definitely resonate with. He's going to come deliver the poem, and after that we're going to have a little chit chat and get to know him some more because he's also an aspiring YouTuber. So definitely, I'll leave his details in the description bar below for you guys to go and check him out afterwards. Now, this is Rochielin, and I want to say thank you for being here. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. Let's grow the channel. Thank you so much, and let's get into today's video. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go! Alright, so welcome Saj. Thank you so much for being here.
And thank you so much for having me. It's my pleasure.
Of course. We're looking forward to this poem. What's the title?
Well, the title of it is Melanin Man.
Yeah.
And what actually inspired me to write it. One day my mother and I were watching the news, and I don't remember if personnel remember a shooting that took place in I think it was North Carolina or Colorado. I'm trying to remember the state, where this guy went inside the church and shoot about 9 black people inside the church.
Yeah,
so after I saw that, I just took my pen and paper and
put it to use.
And just put it to use.
All right, well, take it away.
Thank you. 9 died and it's all right. 9 died and still they say don't put up a fight. You see, it is all right for the white man to kill a black man, but it won't be counted as a homicide. You see, the white man is either mentally ill or on some drugs that tells him my melanin he should kill. You see, if it were in reverse, they'd say it is in our nature and that the melanin man is just downright curse. But look at your skin, black people. We are a blessing and racism is the curse. You see, in 2009, they shot Oscar Grant from behind. Not to mention Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Clementa, Pickney, and all the other great melanins they left behind. You see, we shall overcome, but we cannot succumb to the plans of the enemy. You see, like what Brother Malcolm said, I don't believe in any kind of non-violence, but I do believe that it is right to be non-violent to a people who is non-violent. But when you are dealing with an enemy who does not know what non-violence is, you see, as far as I'm concerned, you're wasting your time. No, this is the time to come together, to revolt, to eradicate this germ, this poison, this spiritual demon, the racist man. You see, I am black and beautiful, melanin man, that I am.
Alright, Saj, so again, thank you so much for being here.
And once again, it's my pleasure. And thank you so much for having me.
Of course, that was such a beautiful poem.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I know you said earlier what inspired you. But what I want to know is, what inspired you to get into poetry in the first place?
Alright, so I don't want it to sound cliche, right? But it's God.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I think that He's the centerfold of everything that we do and everything that we say. Right? Where it comes down to having knowledge, wisdom and understanding, right? One can't have that on his own, right? Because the Almighty in charge of everything, right? Sometimes I surprise myself, especially like when I'm writing, how the words come into my brain and how I actually let it come on paper, right? So I just know, say, I just God made that happen.
When did you first start writing?
When I was at UTech, that was about 2014-15. Yeah, and I wrote my first poem while I was going to UTech, and from there it just flowed.
Because can I tell you, we went to college together, right? So while I was at UTech, I did not know that you were writing. It's afterwards I started seeing the videos, and I'm like, wait, this is Saj?
Yeah, I did something for the Center of the Arts at UTech too.
I didn't see
because they asked me to do something.
So impressed.
And they lamented something because they asked me to do something for Bogle. Right, and I wrote a piece for them and they put it up in the Center of the Arts there. So, and I perform a couple times at school to like when they're having the cultural events.
Well, I know you're always into performing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I know you were writing at the time. And you do a little bit of acting and a little bit of everything.
Yes, I do. And I have a shout out to Angel Shaw, right? Because I'm a part of her agency, which is the arts agency, right? And again, that was somebody who used to go to UTech also. You know, she was in the same faculty as myself. She approached me at the time when I was at UTech, but you know, was kind of shy. So I turned her down a couple times until you know I finally do it, and I came in a couple commercials, you know, until that's something where I kind of get for love and grow into.
Okay, so talk to me about your journey now with Black history. And also that you're very in tune with Blackness, with the Black culture, with just being Black. How did you get there? Because you are pretty young, as am I. And you know, many times you have persons from our generation that are not yet so in tune as you are, or as I probably am. You know, so how did you, when did you become this person, or what's your journey like in accepting being Black and loving yourself as being Black?
Okay, good question. Well, I think it all boils down to the individual and the mindset of the individual, right? Because knowing yourself and loving yourself is not something that can be forced upon anyone whatsoever, right? But you have to do a lot of introspections, right? And then them even tell you, say, if it's a case where you want to hide something from the Black man, you put it inside of a book, right? So what I did, I started to read a lot, right? It wasn't something that I was fond of, right? But I developed a hobby of reading a lot, right? And whilst reading, I discovered, and whilst discovering, you know, I made it resonate with myself, right? So I did a lot of introspection, a lot of thinking, right? A lot of research, you know, until I find myself, because one have to find themselves, you know, right, before anything else actually comes into play. You understand? And once again, I said that it's something that it can be forced upon a person, right? And then it boils down to the mindset of the individual. Yeah, so we have to get to our thinking, right? And I'd implore everyone to read a lot, because trust me, it is important and it is imperative for us to read.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't like reading now. I know it's important
yes,
to read,
it is.
but I mean, I'm not a reader, I'm more of a documentary watcher. So I still get the knowledge, but I find the way that works for me.
Well, that is it, you know, you have to find what works for you. You understand? Because I watch documentaries too. A lot of persons are book savvy. You understand? So in your case now, where you say the documentaries work for you.
I podcasts, I listen to things, I watch videos. I mean, I read every now and then, but it's not my forte. I'm not very proud of it, but it's just not me.
But the documentaries are equally important too.
I know
what works for you. Exactly.
You know?
You know?
So what's your end goal with poetry? Where do you see yourself in the next 10 years?
Well, in the next 10 years, well, I see myself worldwide, right? Performing, having a lot of books, right? Because I believe that if the Most High give you a talent, you have to use it for good. And then the good that you're using it for is to let it resonate with people in them thinking. So I want to change a lot of person's thinking, not just Black people, but people overall. Because at the end of the day, I'm not color prejudiced, right? Yeah, and I believe in oneness. You understand? Yes. So that's where I see myself, you know, as a author, one, and I'm limitless. So I don't limit myself to anything whatsoever.
Amen.
You understand? Yeah, I think that everybody is limitless beings, right? So we should not limit ourselves. No, the sky is never ever the limit. Because when you pass the sky, you reach space, and when you reach space, you see many universes, right? Yeah, many planets. So don't limit yourself whatsoever. Right, so that's just how I think and how I see myself like in the next 10 years.
Okay, that is good, and I take it that you're enjoying this journey of writing.
Yes, I am.
Delivering poems, and acting. Would you consider voiceovers?
Yes, I would. Yes, I would. People approach me in terms of like to the documentaries. Yeah, but as I say, I don't do nothing without God. Right? Yeah, because if him say that if him in the vessel will smile at any given storm that comes our way, right? So I just make him lead and I try my best to follow. You understand? So I just make him follow, I just make him lead, and I follow and just make everything just come together. I don't rush anything, right? I just make everything happen in the perfect timing, exactly how it is supposed to.
And that's good. And you know, once God is in the center, all things are possible.
Yeah, man, amen.
It's always good when, you know, to find a young person that's centered I'm not saying that young persons aren't, but you know, we have this stereotype on us that, you know, young people all over the place and all of that, which I hope to break that.
Yeah, man, I get that whole heap too because of how I look. So I never know, say, you know, being intelligent or knowing yourself of a particular look.
Exactly.
You
I get that
understand?
all the time too.
Yes.
So I have to keep saying over and over. There's no one look, but I'm just very happy that, you know, you found yourself. You found your calling.
Yes.
You're not just a hot boy.
You know, easy, you know.
You're not just a hot boy. It was hot boy in school, you know. Not just a hot boy, but a hot boy with substance.
But when you look upon reality, right? It's a harsh reality, but we all have to go one day, right? So there's no need to hype on anybody whatsoever. You understand? Everybody is born with a purpose, you know. Can I tell you, the richest place right now is the grave. And why is that so? Is because there is buried majority of ideas that never come to fruition, majority of songs that weren't sung, majority of poems that weren't written or that wasn't spoken. You understand? And I'm telling you, and I know for yourself too, you don't want to contribute to the grave, right? So we want to make a contribution while we are here on earth. Yeah, so we want to give birth to our purpose because everybody is pregnant with them purpose, but it's just when to give birth to it.
I love that.
Yeah, man.
I love that. I love that.
So that's just how I think.
Amen. With the pandemic, with the pandemic, the panoramic, the pandemic. You know, how are you charting your path with your creative ventures now?
Meaning?
As in 2020, you know, we had a lot of setbacks. How have you risen above that to continue doing what you want to do?
Well, you have to keep your head above waters, right? You have to stay afloat, you can't drown. No time at all, right? It's not easy, and I think that as humans, we tend to think negative, right? So what I try to do, I try to let my positive mindset outweigh the negative mindset.
Amen.
So once you can have the positive outweighing the negative, trust me, you can stay afloat, right? I find that a lot of personnels, them fluster themselves during this time and thing, and I say, but you have a lot to give thanks for. And yes, you still have life. I understand, you know, that with life, you're going to have responsibilities, right? And you're going to have certain things that, well, majority of things money actually take care of. You understand? But I'm saying if it is a case where you have a little, you try to make use of the little that you have, right? This thing not going to be around forever. And I don't know, I have faith, right? Because the most I say, if you have faith that is smaller than a mustard seed, they can move mountains. And I think that mine bigger, so much I try to move universes all the time. You understand? Yes, so I would implore everyone to have a positive mindset, irrespective of the, yes, so I implore everybody to have a positive mindset, irrespective of the negative that is happening around us, because we will get distracted. And I think that what the most I want is us to draw closest to him in this time, and trust me, he'll always deliver and he will never ever fail you. Once you have faith and you're doing the right thing, trust me, he will always deliver you. Always.
Alright, well, on that note, is there any other poem that you'd like to share with the masses?
Well, yes, I have one more in particular that I'd like to share with personal. So, yes, I'll go ahead and I will do that. Alright, so this poem is entitled Proverbs. A Jamaic him, a Jamaic she. Yeah, man, a Jamaic I and I. I and I is not a sustainer, a Jah am a maintainer. I and I cut through every principalities and every power of the enemy just like a strainer. You think you won, but you lost again. I and I make Jah the creator, I closest friend. Him dead for I in the beginning, and he shall be there in the end. You see, I today for you, but I for me tomorrow. This Jah people, and you will be in pain and sorrow. No one a chick V, no one no Ebola. You see them rushed upon your skin because you make the devil take your soul, sir. We pray and Jah delivers. We speak the righteous words and the enemy scatter. You see the heart of the righteous studieth the answer, but the mouth of the wicked poureth out evil things. You see my spirit shall roam, not in Rome, but where them say AIDS, Chick V and Ebola come from. Africa, my motherland.
Alright, so thank you so much for that. What do you call that one?
Proverbs.
Proverbs. Alright. That's good.
Because some of the lines are from actual proverbs in the Bible.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, I need to learn with the Bible. But that was very good. I noticed the style of poetry that you do is not like a regular rhyming, you know, like fan pan can song.
Exactly.
You know, this is more of what do you call this one?
Spoken words.
Spoken words. And all of it is to empower and to uplift
People.
and to teach and
Exactly.
inspire.
Exactly.
It's not just entertainment.
It's not just entertainment. And once again, I say, if God gives you a talent, you have to use it for good and use it to empower person else. Yes, so that is what I'm trying my best to do.
That's good. And I think you're doing a fabulous job.
Yeah, thank you.
I love, and I'm not just saying it because I know you.
Oh, I think you are me a friend, that's why.
No, man, you're doing
Okay.
a fabulous job.
All right, thank you.
Thank you again so much for being
And it's
here.
my pleasure.
Of course.
Yes.
So I just want to say thank you guys for being here. Thank you for watching. I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that you found it interesting, informative, entertaining, educating, all of that.
They will.
Then thank you so much and happy Black History Month, all my black brothers and sisters out there. You know, we have to empower each other, uplift each other, follow our calling, do what we're put on this earth to do, follow your purpose, you know. And I just want to say, I just love bringing these type of videos to you, and I just want to thank you so much for coming back week after week after week to watch my videos. So thank you so much. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Follow me on my Instagram and Twitter at Rochielin, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!